Hey, what's up, guys? This is AJ from the Comeback Sports Podcast. This is the bonus collaboration with the Beer Mile Podcast with Chris and Adam.
To the Beer Mile Podcast.
Here we are.
And we got a lot to do. We have a lot to talk about today. We'll be talking the NCAA Cross Country Nationals, a little bit of Beer Mile, overall running, and behind the scenes of our show. So stick around. Now for your quote of the week.
Quote of the week?
Quote of the week.
I like this.
To give anything less than your best is to sacrifice the gift. So, Chris and Adam.
Who said that one?
What does this quote mean to you guys?
Let it rip.
Let it rip. I don't have any gifts. I'm all hard work, no talent, but I just work my ass off, and there's no gift to sacrifice. I'm just working from the ground up, building the bricks, laying the foundation, setting up the house.
Isn't your gift your hard work though?
Ooh, that's true. My work ethic. Yeah, that's true. My mental strength, my work ethic. Yeah, my willingness to go deep, dark places in order to achieve the goals that I have.
Shout out Cooper Tier.
Exactly.
There you go.
AJ and I were just talking about that a little bit right before we started.
Oh, we'll definitely talk about that later.
Yeah, I figured.
What's your thoughts on this quote?
Don't be boring.
Don't be boring.
Yeah.
That's a good.
If you're not like striving to be your best, then you're probably just gonna be boring.
It's true. We don't settle for mediocrity here.
Yeah, life's too short to be mediocre.
Yeah.
I love how non-serious you guys take this quote. Some people just go into like this deep Socrates like rant about these quotes I give them. But my perspective is like, don't be lazy because you can do a lot of things if you put your mind to it.
You always regret being lazy, but you'll never regret not being lazy.
That's true. Even if you try and fail, you're not going to regret it that you tried.
Yeah, it's true. Well, that was a good intro, guys.
There we go.
I liked it. So, Chris and Adam, it's been a while. Last time we kind of met up was a few years back. So, what's been new?
Oh, God.
A lot of things in the last year, I'd say, right? We've worked together.
So much
and
has
then not
happened.
worked together, but then worked together on Beer Mile Media.
So much has happened in like the COVID vacuum where like nothing has actually happened, but I feel like there's like so much that's different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We've recorded, and for better or worse, we've infiltrated the ears of many people out there. And
Unfortunately.
yeah, I think unfortunately, a lot of hours of content, podcasting.
We haven't gotten
videos.
fired or canceled, so that's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's good.
I mean, just like you, so you started your podcast on what day? I think we started about the same time, right?
It was
October.
September.
Yeah, September 2020, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we literally started at the exact same time.
Oh, yeah. I remember I gave you guys a shout out on your 1 year because it was also my 1 year.
Yeah.
And this kind of led to this collaboration. We tried to do this earlier, but I think we both got a little busy. I think it was like January.
When life started to happen again.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
this has been long overdue.
Yeah, it
Excited
has
for
been long overdue.
We used to, I guess for listeners, we used to be teammates. Iowa State Running Club, used to run together.
Gang,
AJ
gang.
here would smoke us in the 800.
Big time.
But then you guys would smoke me anything higher though.
Yeah, fair enough.
How does it feel to have what's your perspective on a year later of podcasting? Do you listen to like your first couple episodes?
Well, no, but I do listen to myself over and over again when I'm editing.
Yeah.
I'm like, why the hell did I just say that?
I'm so glad.
And
Chris
like, I'll
edits.
spend more time cropping out things that just don't make
specific things. Yeah.
It's the hard part is when you do video, then people can tell where the cuts are.
Chopped.
Like the nice thing when you do the audio like version only or whatever, I'll even go in and like delete ums and little weird pauses.
I used to do that.
Which and I don't do it as much anymore.
Why isn't there
why
isn't there like a machine learning
there
software
is
to do that?
there is you have to
okay.
pay for it though. I wasn't about to do it. Yeah, there's an AI where a software that you can download and you tell it what filler words to look for. And then it'll automatically remove them all from your audio. So you could be like, but the hard part about that though is like in some contexts you need the word in there, so it's harder. But I think the ums would be pretty easy to like. I don't think you ever need an
Oh yeah,
maybe.
No.
I don't know. I haven't tried it. I'm not paying for it. I'll just manually do it. I mean, we just talked about not to give anything less than your best. I'm just out here
plus then
manually making these fixes because it's good for my character.
Once the world opens up, you got to have some sort. You got to be kind of good at your job, right? You can't have some software editing your show.
Whenever there's a company that's looking for someone that's good at cutting out ums and good video transitions, I'm the guy.
Ugh, all right, man. I'll keep you in my mind because I do it a lot. I just did it.
There.
I just did it.
But see, it doesn't sound like, it is natural.
Well, it's an anchor point for like,
Right.
especially when I switch to a different topic.
It's a transition.
It's a perfect transition.
The ye old transitional.
That's why I've just gotten over it, because
Yeah.
whenever I hear other people do it, I don't think it sounds bad. I just
Right.
think it sounds bad when I hear myself do it.
That's very true. So today's beer, because Chris,
Oh yeah, we do beer
boy.
reviews
Yeah.
every episode, and AJ came prepared,
Yeah.
hooking us up.
yeah, a cherry bomb blonde. I think the camera's on me. The cherry bomb blonde is this week's beer. It's a beer originated in Davenport, Iowa, where I'm from, and it's, as you can guess, it's a cherry ale.
It's pretty saucy. It's got
It's a blonde ale to be exact.
It's very good.
If you ever get this in Davenport on tap, they usually put the cherry in the beer itself.
okay.
Oh, okay. Nice little garnish.
I did shake it a little bit to see if maybe they put it in the cans, but
Oh, that'd be a nice touch if they actually put it in there.
probably-
kind of like how
filled
Guinness
with,
has
like,
that ball
chemicals.
in the can.
Yeah, right. So what do you think, Adam? You just took your first sip. I've already had a few sips.
I kind of like it more than, I feel like every beer that has some sort of like garnish fruit on it is always orange. So I kind of
So this
like
is
something
unique.
different. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think it's really good. I thought it's the right amount of cherry touch to it. It's not
Agreed.
too much, but it's a good brunch beer, good Sunday beer.
Actually, good point.
It's like just
You could
having
probably
a,
make like a man mosa out of
having
this.
a little juice. on a Sunday
5.4%
afternoon.
Yeah.
ABV.
Yeah,
Pretty solid.
pretty free, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
15 IBUs. Beautiful. And great can design too. So
Yeah.
AJ, what we usually rate it on taste 1 to 10, drinkability 1 to 10, and X Factor 1 to 10. How would you rate this guy?
Which one do I start off first?
Just
Whatever
start
you
with-
want.
Yeah. Whatever you want.
Taste. I give it about a 7.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
7.5. I'll do 7.5.
7.5. It's not bad. It's
Okay.
solid. How about drinkability?
Like how many I can just
Yeah, like
Chug down?
Could you basically a 10 would be like
a whole
could-
case?
a
I
beer?
could finish,
Yeah, like
yeah,
I
a
could
case
drink
of
this
this, no
all
problem.
night
Oh,
type of
no,
thing
no, no.
versus like the other extreme, like a Guinness. You know, you probably
Oh,
don't
I
want more
see.
than 1 or 2.
I see. I give this more of a 5 because it's one, they're pints. So if I had a case of these, I'd be very full in volume. Yeah, I give it a 5. I could
5?
probably drink a 6-pack of this.
Okay. Yeah, that I think
there's
that
tiers for
maybe
sure.
I think maybe the cherry flavor would just get a little old after a few.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
I'd give it
For now, it's tasting really good.
like a 7 on taste. Drinkability, I don't know. Maybe I'll change my mind after I finish this and I'm tired of cherry, but I would give it like a 7.
Oh, wow.
7. I'll go 8 taste, 7 drinkability, and a 9 on the X Factor because this can design is pretty sweet.
What exactly is
all
the
of
X
them,
factor supposed to mean?
It can be anything. It's
Are all of them like sexy women in costumes? Is that the deal?
I don't know, I guess.
That'd be pretty. I mean, that'd be sweet.
It's a good good graphic design strategy. The X Factor can be anything. It could be like
Like
what
it's
do you
from your,
think
it's
of
from
when
your
you-
hometown.
Yeah,
Isn't
like it's
that
from your
a good
hometown. What do you
X
think
factor?
of like a memory or a story related to it? Or often our go-to is the can. Like if you saw this on the shelf at the store based on this design, would you be tempted to
So
buy
it's more
it?
of appeal.
Appeal is definitely a piece of
Okay.
it, but it could be you could
I feel like my other X factor is these go really well with Pop Tarts.
what as strawberry Pop Tarts.
Mhm.
Nice.
Okay. X factor, I give it. Well, Davenport is my hometown.
So yeah, that gets it some bonus points for sure.
There's definitely some appeal on the actual design itself. Would I pick it off a shelf? I'll probably give it I give it a 6.
Man, you're kind of hard, man. 5 on drinkability, 6 on the X Factor.
Hey, man,
The design is hard to. You gotta stand out. You know.
I don't know. I mean, if I pick this up from the shelf, I'm at the store with my girlfriend, she probably would be too happy I picked it up.
Fair. I don't know if I like
Jordan
the.
would probably chirp you for that.
I feel like the green. I don't know how I feel about the green. I guess the red and yellow font pops against the
Oh,
green.
dude,
But I don't know how I feel about the green can.
I was also fucking with you as far as the X factor being the Pop Tarts, but it actually tastes really good.
I mean, it makes sense that it would go together.
Yeah.
Game changer.
Pop Tarts go with everything.
I wonder if it would help if like the actual background was like black or something.
I think that would maybe be a little better. Yeah, they could. I mean, she should be a little bit like more predominant on the can.
She should be a little younger.
Oh boy. Anyway, there's our beer review of the Cherry Bomb Blonde. Moving on.
Moving on. Let's talk about the real race of the weekend. Cross country nationals, NCAA. What we're going to do, we're going to break it down to 2 parts. We'll talk about the women's race and the men's race. For each race, we'll talk about expectations before the race, what we saw during the race, and then kind of the overall results.
Adam, did you watch the races?
I watched highlight reels.
Okay, there you go.
fair,
just wanted to level set on that.
To be fair, I had a wedding.
Yeah, Adam was at a wedding this weekend, so wanted to
I spark noted the championships.
I was gonna say he came here and hasn't even watched it.
That's fine.
I saw on Instagram that Cooper Tier fell down. That's about all I saw about the race. I don't know what else happened.
I've got like 4 more videos out of that.
I saw a Let's Run thread shitting on somebody.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, first, I want to start off with saying shout out to our boys at Iowa State for getting second place, coming in ranked 6th. They did super well. They packed up well. Their 5th guy being, 42nd place in the team scoring.
Damn.
That's good. That's like your 5th guy staying up that far. That's why they got second.
Oh,
so
yeah.
good for them. Our boys are getting faster.
I know, it is kind of wild that like
they never made nationals when I was there. They've gotten like slowly better over the years.
For sure, like my last year there, they were starting to get good.
On the
And I was
upswing.
like, oh, this is different.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like football in a way.
It is.
Like Iowa State football, but this is better.
Iowa State cross country is a little bit better than
Yes.
Iowa State football these days.
That's very true. Shout out to Coach Jeremy. I talked to Rashawn, and he's a big fan of him because he's worked with him closely. That was his first year coaching, and he sends this group of kids to nationals and podiums.
It's nuts. Big shout out. Shout out Rashawn. Hopefully he's doing well.
Oh, he's doing great, man. I just talked to him a couple months back during the Olympics.
Yeah, still training? Is he still trying to make an Olympic team?
Hey, I mean, he's a big boy now. He's kind of focused on work first.
Okay.
But he went to trials, and he's had a real good time.
Yeah.
If you ever met him, he's a very like positive like guy. He'll make light of anything that happens.
Yeah, for sure. That's my sleeper pick. 2024 Olympic trials, 800 meters. Roshan Rooms. He's gonna slide in there.
Yeah, I'd love to see that happen. But like back to the races, the women's side of things, it seemed to me the clear favorite was going to be NC State. They were the runner up the previous year, and kind of trends are if you're on the podium, something's probably going to happen the next year, especially if you retain your runners with like COVID, having your extra year of eligibility. I mean, just ask BYU. Those guys are there forever. Those guys are always there forever.
This team looks like too familiar.
Yeah. They're all like got receding hairlines and they're balding on top, and they all have kids. I actually don't know if any of them have kids. They're all married. A lot of them are married.
That's just kind of normal with the Mormon lifestyle. I mean, that's probably why they're probably faster than all of us. They don't have the distractions of beer.
Yep.
Actually, good point.
Yeah, I honestly think they're good for a reason. They're very focused. They're not
a very pure lifestyle.
Yeah, they're not out partying like most of the college world. So that certainly helps them. A little more disciplined, you could say.
There's a pretty good correlation with like fast running schools and like party lifestyle.
You think that party lifestyle hurts your running, or that it's
I'm just
correlated in
saying
a positive way?
It might be coincidental, but like some fast running schools have a big party scene, like Wisconsin, prime example.
That's true. Yeah. Oregon, prime example.
They're a big party school.
I don't know about a party school, but I mean, I know the Oregon team likes to have fun.
That's right. Well, what's the correlation with the Iowa Hawkeye team, though? You don't see them. You don't see them over there.
They took it to the
edge. They take it too far. When you're doing a handle of Hawkeye every weekend, then you're on the downswing.
I mean, I personally know some guys on that team when we were in college, and I can speak on some of that stuff.
Shout out to my boy Sam. Don't drink coffee, right?
What's that?
They don't drink coffee. No caffeine. So they're literally like alcohol. Their body is a temple.
It is literally a temple. Yeah. They probably get the best sleep,
I'm sure,
recovery out of anyone. I mean,
That's true.
Go BYU, Gritty Witty with the win. Witty. She had a nice kick. That was insane watching the
Gritty Witty. That's a lot. I like that.
Gritty Witty. She
is that her ad on Insta?
No, I don't think so. I don't even know where I heard that. I just heard that.
All right, a Chris original.
I think I might have originally heard it from the Peak Too Early guys. I don't know where they got it. Maybe they made it up. So if they made it up, credit to them.
Shout out.
Her like mile speed down the home stretch was nuts. Like with 600 to go, she just like took off. I was like, damn, she still has like a minute and a half to run.
Yeah,
like, is this too early? But she held it.
I was kind of surprised because you got defending champ Mercy Chinlangat. she was the champion last year, right behind her, with her the entire time. But like Gritty Witty just pretty much took off.
She crushed. And then our from Iowa State, Kaylee Logue, 4th place. Solid.
Yeah, that's what I expected. A good finish from her.
Both men and women's had a really good showing.
Good senior season for her. Looking good. Actually, I was just looking. Oh, yeah. 2nd place and 3rd place, junior and sophomore. So you got some women coming back that are really good. But our girl Kaylee and then Gritty Witty, they're moving on.
There we go.
Well, at least we think we are. I don't know. Maybe senior doesn't. Does senior mean for sure that your eligibility's up, or can you somehow wrangle up a 5th or 6th year out of that still?
Wouldn't you normally like put like RS for
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So I think when they say senior, it means it's like their last year of eligibility. I think. Like she could be a 5th year right now. I don't know.
One more year.
Always come back for one more year.
Yeah, I'm not sure, honestly. I just assume everyone can run again just because it's COVID.
Yeah.
NC State won it as expected. BYU women with a little upset. I think they were 5th or 4th in the rankings. They moved up to 2nd overall. New Mexico got 3rd. But one thing I noticed is like strong podium finished from the Midwest region, which is nice to see since we are from the Midwest.
Right.
I like to see that. Absolutely. I'm looking at the team scores for the women's side. Yeah, nothing that stood out too much as like crazy unpredicted upset or anything like that. I mean, it's pretty, I don't know. I could have seen it playing out like this.
Yeah.
Nothing too crazy.
I ask my coworkers this because they always sports gamble. Can you do sports bets for cross country?
I don't think so. I don't know. I don't know who takes them.
They don't. I've never seen
anyone make a book for it or make a.
So I also think like people either just like don't know the sport enough or it's not. I don't know. I don't think it's as reliable as like horse racing.
So, but actually the opposite. Well, so now that so many people are building algorithms for predicting, there's an algorithm that has now predicted exactly correct this year and then the last cross country year.
The Wood Report.
It's
yeah, I think I saw that.
But I don't. The algorithm was called like the.
Didn't they shut down? It is from. It's like the same guy or like
maybe
the Wood Report.
I don't know who,
or something like that.
I don't know who made it, but anyway, it predicts. So it actually predicted the Iowa State men to get 2nd, even though they were ranked 6th. This algorithm said they would get 2nd. Northern Arizona would win Oklahoma State 3rd for the men.
How much money?
And
do
it
you
was
think we would
perfect.
have to,
and then it was right the last time around as well.
Can we buy it?
I mean, that's what so if there are, I mean, again, like total coincidence, just because it's right twice in a row doesn't mean it's 100% accurate. It's
right. But that would also be like really good. I mean, that's what the
casino would want.
That's a business case.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's what they would want.
That.
So then they can make the lines based off of that. Right.
Maybe this is the start of something big.
Let's do it here.
I'm about to just go home.
If you want to
just put bets on cross country every week.
Dude, if cross country, like I have not downloaded a betting app, but if I could bet on running, I would be on it like every week.
But what would have happened though is the person, a lot of people would have lost money because all these high school and college kids out there that are obsessed with Cooper would have bet on him to get top 3. It just,
well, you gotta be 21
crazy
to gamble,
stuff happens. Though. Well, I mean,
but your dad's credit card.
You gotta be 21 to drink. You gotta be 18 to buy cigarettes. I mean,
that's true. That is true.
Today's podcast sponsored by cigarettes and gambling.
But let's kind of transition over to the men's race, man. I did like to see Connor Mance get the defending champ of last year come back and win it this year. The last person to do that was Edward Cesarec, who is probably one of the most talented runners I've seen in college running in a long time. He just dominated everything. But Connor Mance, gritty dude. He's a gritty guy.
He's going to poop on people when he starts road racing.
Really?
I think so.
You think he's going to be better at the roads than cross country? I think he'll be good at anything, but
I mean, yeah, but I think like post college, there's a lot more opportunities to do road races.
That's true. Yeah. I mean, I think one of the big takeaway, like how fast they ran in cross country is nuts. How fast they went out was nuts.
4 minute mile pace through 800.
Yeah. And then they ended up like, I've heard a couple different splits. I heard like 4:16. So Cooper said 4:16 in a post race interview. And then on the feed, they said like 4:20 first mile, but either way, they're freaking flying the first mile, and the pack's like 100 people are out that fast. I mean, that's why people crashed and burned.
Did you guys watch like the actual start from the men's race?
Yeah,
it's like almost looks animated how fast their legs are moving.
It's like it's clear that everyone is going all out the first like minute, which is crazy because on that course it's wide enough that you really don't have to do that. And so that was actually one of my call outs is Iowa State getting second. If you look at their team,
They
didn't
go nuts.
Exactly. So Thomas Pollard, like super shocker to me that he got 21st individually, but 18th team scoring wise. Based on his past results, like not expecting him to do that. But if you look at his splits, literally every single K is like 255 to 301.
Super
it's just
even.
all even
Yeah.
versus like everyone at the front that crashed and burned is like 250, 250, 253, 310, 320.
Yeah.
Like it just like went the
there's
wrong
something
way.
to be said about positioning, but
Yes.
also like if
Right.
everyone's going out like 30 seconds faster than you would normally.
Yeah. Yeah. So the Iowa State guys, I feel like that's why they kind of pulled through. They were smart.
Shout out, good coaching.
Good coaching.
Yeah.
Told them to be patient.
And you kind of noticed that with NAU in the first half of the race, like they weren't even in first as a team until like after the 5 or 6K, I think.
They were pretty smart as well. Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, it was like 4K. They moved up to the front and as a team because, yeah, they don't care about the start really. As long as they can position stuff good enough. And then the rest will just kind of fall in their favor.
Exactly. Okie State was the same. I think they at like 6K or 7K, they were still in like 6th as a team or something like that. And they started moving up.
I think Oklahoma State was a big factor for Iowa State because Oklahoma State pretty much creamed them at conference and then at regionals. And when you see Iowa State and OK State next to each other, second, third, you know some of those guys probably saw those OK State runs like, I don't know these bastards beat me.
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
especially like the 3 through 5 guys.
All of their guys. I was gonna say all of their guys like finished pretty close. I mean, other than Iowa State had Kip too, obviously like killing it. But then outside of that, it's like, yeah, Okie State was 19, our guy was 18, like then 20. So they were all like right next to each other.
They saw each other and they were like fired up. I'm not gonna let these guys beat us the third time.
Pollard out kicked Okie State's first guy. So we can,
There you go.
let's go Cyclones. Let's go. Let's go.
I did see Festus Legat as the number 2 runner for a while, but he kind of just died out a little bit in the last couple of stretches.
Yeah.
He's pretty good too.
Very good runners. 10K is tough. Cross country is tough. It's hard to know. Just like in a marathon, you don't know if it's going to be your day or not.
That's how they run the championships. It's so weird.
It is weird. And then the women are still only at 6K, which is like...
I saw a tweet. We could probably cut this. But I saw a tweet that was like...
I might not.
Yeah, no, we'll keep it in here.
She's like, why can't women do the 10K? Well, it's because my uterus would fall out after 6K.
Oh my God.
I'm coming out actually.
It wasn't your tweet. Someone said it.
I mean, I liked and retweeted it, but retweets do not equal endorsements.
I just feel like a 6K is too similar to like the people that are good at the women that are good at track are favored because it's too short. Like at least the men's 10K, like at the 10K distance is different enough from track where it is a little bit different skill set. Like someone who's a strength, like, I mean, you see like a lot of these 800 and 1500 guys.
They should just got
killed.
Just make it standard that
I think
it's 10K
you could just
for all races.
10K for all, or just say 8K for both for all season, something like that.
I was surprised to see Yard Nagusi from Notre Dame in this race because he is a pure miler.
Yeah. And that's why he didn't do that well. I don't remember what he ended up, but it wasn't.
I saw him in the top 30 for a second. Just a second.
Oh, he got 158th. Yeah.
He
might Olympian. Well, I mean, some people argue he's not an Olympian.
Yeah, he might have lasted 2 seconds if he talked about his injury before going over to the Olympics, but that's a whole other thing.
Wait, what? I didn't follow that.
Allegedly, he was injured before he went to the Olympics, and then he could have given an alternate.
But you don't you're gonna if you make the Olympic team, you're gonna take your spot and go.
I know, man.
And if it's just a muscle, you're gonna hope the ibuprofen kicks in and whatnot.
It's gonna be more than ibuprofen.
Yeah, and then he was gonna go represent his country.
I mean,
no shame. No shame.
He's gonna say, "Hey, take my spot, man. I'm good."
No shame.
They're not gonna say
Craig
that.
Engels wasn't going to be ready to go anyway. He was out partying and drinking. He was not
Craig
ready.
was probably 15 Budweisers deep.
Who was on that mile team for USA? It was Cesarec,
Cole Hocker, and not Engels. Cole Hocker and Yared. Craig Engels was 4th. He would have been the alternate, but he didn't travel over there. So I mean, technically, if he had traveled over there and was ready to go, and Yared was he's hurt, he could have jumped in, but. At that point, I mean, he wasn't training seriously anymore or whatever. So
I see.
The only other call out here, just because, you got to throw some beef and where beefs do.
Oh, how'd Old Miss do?
Yeah, that's exactly where we're going. West Fly looking.
Let me see.
Yikes.
Let's see. Old Miss. I'm still scrolling down.
15th place.
Ooh, okay, I see him now. They lost to Texas. Horns down, dog.
Horns down.
Yeah, well, there's an open invite for West Fly to
I did
to come settle the score with us right here on the Beer Mile podcast. We'll settle the beef right here.
So the beef. I'm glad to see Wisconsin in this. He's 11th. That's fine. I'm a big Wisco guy. I went to a Badger game, and in between quarters, like halftime, they kind of decorate these other sports winners like hockey, volleyball, and I saw they were decorating the Wisconsin Badgers for winning Big Ten for the 50th time in a row. It was like,
holy shit,
they're better than the actual football team.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I always like to see Wisco do well. It's a fun city, fun school.
Dude, Camp of Champions, shout out.
I love it. Loved it. Do we have anything else on D1? If not, I just want to do a very quick shout out on D3.
Something.
I guess we can do D3.
Cole.
This isn't really I just wanted to call out.
Okay.
What?
Yeah.
What? Oh, you okay? Out. So, just wanted to say, very disappointed in my Wartburg boys. Iowa school went in ranked number 1.
What
they
happened?
all went out. They're in the front, the first K, all together, and they kind of all basically died except for one guy, and they got 9th as a team when they were ranked as the favorite. Not a great showing for the boys from Wartburg.
Wait, which boys? Oh, Wartburg.
Wartburg.
Oh, yeah. I see.
Ranked number 1 going in, and it's a tough day for them.
How to blow a championship.
They were trying to represent Iowa. They were trying, and they just couldn't quite do it. And then I'll just give a shout out to this guy, Sam Craig, University of Chicago, 9th place overall. Nice job, buddy.
Hey,
good job.
I think that, so the main call out here, I watched this race too. It was actually really cool because at 4K, so they only do 8K in D3 because D3 kids can't run 10K.
I mean, they'll pull a hammy.
I can't run a 10K.
Yeah,
I can't run a 10K.
They'll get you tired. They can't do that. So the leaders of this 8K, they went through 4K in right around 12 flat. So 3-minute Ks on pace for 24 flat. Not super fast.
Yeah, not
but
crazy.
The winner went 23-27, so he closed in 11-27. It's a very nice snake split.
Decent.
So it was actually interesting. It was more of a tactical race where everyone was up there, and then just it was a last man standing, drop the pace. And people keep falling off.
I'd rather see that than people run a 4 flat first mile and suffer through 10K
and suffer and then crawl to the finish line. Oh, poor Coop. We need to get Cooper back on here.
What happened to North Central?
Dude, North Central also did not have a year this year. Yeah, 15th place. That's
wow.
I don't know. I feel
really
the people, the alumni and families of North Central are probably just how we got to. This coach is destroyed.
My taxpayer money's going to that school.
Exactly.
All those fans are in a deep holiday depression.
One of their worst finishes.
What do we do?
I want to know if it might be the worst
pretty
finish
high
in a long
coming
time.
in, or were they expected to win it?
No, they weren't expected to win, but they're always ranked. They were ranked higher than that. I feel like they're always ranked high.
It's okay.
Dynasty is over there. Iowa schools can't get it together. I just don't know how I feel about D3.
Speaking of depression.
So sad. But then, we'll give one more shout out. Women's side, D3, Iowa person. Cassie Rosenbaum from Loris College.
Oh, dude, Loris.
On the record, Cassie Rosenbaum is definitely not a bum. Congrats, Cassie.
Congrats, Cassie. Taking the dub. Shout out.
This is our new segment on the show, Iowa Runner of the Week.
Shout out. Yeah, exactly. Shout out to the Iowa State boys are here, even though none of us live in Iowa anymore.
Nope.
Iowa State boys are here, so we got to shout out our Iowa runners and give credit where credit's due.
You can take the Iowa out of the boy, but you can't take the boy out of Iowa, and vice versa.
That's why I still drink my corn, just in honor of my
Bush corn.
I should have brought some Bush lattes.
Speaking of corn, man, I went to a Friendsgiving yesterday. My girlfriend made cornbread. Everyone literally went up to her and gave her a standing ovation. It was so good.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I taught her that. I gave her my Iowa touch on the corn.
I was gonna say is that I don't think people make that as much. No. I don't know. I grew up eating cornbread all the time.
I think it's more Thanksgiving specific.
Yeah, Thanksgiving or with chili. That's
true.
The right combo right there.
Before we close out this segment on NCAA, just want to say shout out to Cooper Tier for finishing the race, man. I saw you out there. You fell.
That was nuts.
Someone offered you some help. You said, "No, dog, I got this." Then you crawled your way to the finish.
If someone would have helped him, they would have been DQ'd, and that's
yeah.
the
Oh,
part
really?
that yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So I mean, not that it mattered. Like fourth to last DQ doesn't really matter that much.
Oh.
But
Right.
like props to him. He's like, no, screw it. I'm finishing. Like
Might as well.
don't
It's,
help me.
yeah, close out your season.
That's awesome.
Fuck it.
Yeah. Hey, he was having a good race and then just crumbled a little bit the last couple K. But
I think it's
hey.
really cool to see people like kind of just like lose it.
Have either of you ever
that's like-
had that happen where you like literally lose control of your legs? I've never had that.
Usually, I just wait to the finish.
and then lose control.
I've not during a race, no.
Yeah.
But immediately after a lot.
That's just crazy. I just wonder what's going on in your body where you can't control your legs anymore, you know?
I've,
That's
like-
wild.
I've
just
like
haven't had
started
that.
to black out during a race.
Yeah. I guess I just
You
too
haven't
much
pushed
of a
yourself.
I know, I was gonna say I'm too much of a wuss.
So much for that workout.
I'm not as tough as Coop.
Oh man, I did see another collapse. It was in the women's race. It was so bad. I mean, like she collapsed and she was trying to get up, and after so long, they went to commercial break,
Yeah.
Fuck.
Like, we gotta stop showing this. Yeah. Yeah.
and then they went back. Man, I didn't see her again. So I don't know if she finished or not.
I don't know if she did either. Yeah.
Did you see it?
I saw it. Yeah. She
Oh.
was a little bit further from the finish line than Cooper was when he
Oh.
fell. So she had like an extra 200 meters to go.
Can you imagine,
over
like, you
him.
go to commercial break and then you come back, the commentator's like, all right, now we're back. It looks like Jeannie is still on the ground. But
she's worked up to one knee so far.
100 meters since the last break. Let's see if she finishes this race strong. Oh, she's on the ground again.
At this pace, she might break an hour for the race. When the pace is slowed.
Here comes the stretchers.
Oh gosh.
Man, I get past these people, man. They just don't care. They just want to, like, hey, I'm tough as nails. I'll collapse and I'll finish.
Hey,
So,
you let me
I know.
look miserable.
Yeah.
man, it takes a different kind of guts to do that
I feel
kind
like,
of stuff.
I mean, runners kind of are different kinds of different breed of people.
Yeah, I
for the
remember
most part.
they had like interviews with these runners like before the race. They're like, what do you guys all share? We all share the same pain together, suffering through this race. I was like, shit,
We
man.
bond over the mutual suffering every single
That's
day.
true.
Beautiful.
Great first segment, guys.
Hope everyone enjoyed watching the cross country championships like I did on replay on YouTube. It was great.
I got up early in the morning
Because
to
it
watch
was such
it.
a shit show to watch live.
I gotta. Ooh, okay.
Well, no, it's you know, when is cross country just going to be on ABC or
True.
NBC?
It was
or,
on
you know,
ESPNU.
ESPNU.
Not
See?
ESPN 1, not 2, not 3, not Ocho.
Not
U.
the Ocho.
See, and there you go. I didn't even have access, so I had to wait until they put it on YouTube. So I couldn't even watch it. I watched
Yeah,
a stupid live stream of Flow Track, the two Flow Track guys' face talking. So I went to YouTube and I was like, typed in NCAA cross country and then looked at the live videos, and a bunch of them you click on, it's like, oh, like it's copyrighted, but click here, click the link in the description to go see it.
like a
And then it
crack
was
stream.
like, enter your credit card, and I was like, fuck you, no. And then I found one that was Flow Track, so I clicked on that, and then it's literally just a camera on Gordon and the other guy's face, and they're
Gordon's
just
still
talking
there?
about it. Yeah, it was just them talking about
It's
it.
been there a while.
And okay, this is actually kind of funny, a little bit of a tangent, but they had like an overlay of like the splits. So like the leaderboards, the team splits at each
Dude,
K.
I would say
and they
shout
were
out to-
doing it in Excel.
What?
He was real time. And the reason I know is because
Shut
It's like a formula.
it was a formula. So at one point he fucked up the worksheet, and
It was an equals-
all of
like
them. All of them
equals
did
if.
the pound NA thing,
Oh.
and it was on the logo. So
Oh my god, can you pull a screen cap of that?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's on there. It's on YouTube.
Hashtag ref exclamation.
So basically, he had like for the team name, he must have had a VLOOKUP to find like to look up the logo based on the team name, and the whole like sheet broke, and so nothing was coming up, and it was just all formula errors.
Dude,
And I was like, how is FlowTrack on a live stream entering things into Excel real time and sharing an Excel screen? Like, how is that the best
I don't
thing
know
that
how
they
that's
have?
possible. Yeah,
Here's
that's
the
jank
thing.
as
Like
fuck.
actual coverage
What?
on major networks like ESPN, they don't even get the amount of budget compared to like college
Yeah,
football
true.
and basketball.
I will say
So-
the
Yeah.
graphics for the past year have been really good.
That's
on the
good.
cross side.
Graphics of
Like the infographics of like for the championship race.
it was good. Yeah,
They're pretty decent.
It was
I mean,
good.
compared to
and
years
FlowTrack tried to recreate it. It was just
compared
horrible.
to compared to years past, it's been so bad, like comically bad.
But so what I like their intent of having the drone doing footage, but the drone is so freaking high. You
Yeah.
can't even
Ants.
see what's going on. It's like
Yeah, you just
it's
see
like
ants running.
You see
You're like,
ants, and I can't
what?
even tell what part of the race I'm like where the leaders are because there's just like these dots moving.
They need to have like a pin with like that person's name.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
See, if they did something like that, then it would be cool.
That's like
But-
too futuristic for cross.
or just fly the like. If you're a pro drone flyer, just fly the drone lower, like in
True.
front of the people,
Could you imagine
and just
like a
That'd
drone
be
hitting
annoying
them?
as fuck. The carts are already like worse, and you're like, why do I got this drone in front of my head?
That's
when I'm
the other
leading
one. The
race?
camera on the back of the lead car gets so far ahead of the
Yeah,
runners
it does.
that they turn the corner and then the runners don't come for like 30
Yeah,
seconds.
yeah.
It's
Oh,
like, guys, you're in an electric thing. You can drive closer to the people. You know, it's not like you're like spitting out fumes or exhaust on everyone.
Carts need cruise control. That's what they need.
That would help
It's,
a lot.
it's almost like a,
Cruise control
like
it at
a
like
rev-
430 pace and
Yeah.
just sit right in front of
or
everyone.
like
Yeah.
a reverse cruise control where like the modern ones now are just like distance in front of you. They need distance behind them so people don't get out of shot.
True. Yeah.
That's very true.
There we go. Rant over.
Rant
on
over.
flow track and the drone flying guy over.
Let's go.
They should have hired Sinclair's mom to fly the drone. That's all I gotta
Oh
say.
my gosh. All right. Let's transition over to the beer mile. See, I didn't use did I?
Nope.
No, I don't
Transition
think
to
you
the
did.
beer mile, baby.
Transition over to the beer mile. For those of you who weren't paying attention, Chris and Chris and Adam
It was delayed.
are the front runners of the Beer Mile podcast, and Chris over here is the American record holder for the Beer Mile.
Big guy.
And Chris just competed at Worlds in England.
England.
England. So
Like a
you're back on the
suburb of
stage.
Manchester.
Manchester.
Yeah.
Suburb of Manchester. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Back in the States.
You're back on this. You're back on the
America,
stage. No virtual shit anymore. What was it like to just be back? What was the
Thank
atmosphere
God.
like?
Oh God. Well, I was only there for 72 hours, so it was very quick.
Mhm.
Being back, I mean, it's kind of nice. It was a very busy few weekends there,
Rushed.
traveling a lot, very
Yeah.
rushed.
Mhm.
More of a chore. So it was like literally a business trip. It wasn't. I mean, it was fun. Obviously, it was fun.
I thought you
But
went
it was like
you
a
went
business
to
trip.
like win though.
All business, no
I
pleasure.
went there to win, to just get in, wipe the floor with everyone, get out. No, that's not really what happened. So it was just annoying. So like traveling right now, you got to get tons of COVID tests, which was annoying
Mm.
and expensive. The COVID test was $100 in
Damn.
England. And so that piece sucked. And then when I was there, the first 2 days, the 2 days before the race, I was still working. So I like worked US time. So I worked from like 2 p.m. to like 9 p.m. each day or something like that.
God.
So it wasn't really, other than the day of the race and then going out after the race, other than that, like that 16 hours, it was like literally a business trip. But it was a fun 16 hours.
It was good to see a revival though. Like last year with the virtual was just not the same.
I think the production, they did a good job
the
with
production
it,
was insane, but the
it's
racing
not-
and like
yeah.
camaraderie, you
you can't,
you just can't do that.
replicate that.
We could do
Yeah.
a Zoom party for it.
Yeah.
There you go.
True. So the most miserable thing though, so it's Sunday, then flying home. So Saturday went out at night, paid for a hotel. I don't even know why I paid for a hotel because I slept for 2 hours, got on the plane, and then I had all the video footage and like Corey broke the world record. So the whole name of the game is like, as you know, like get it out as fast as possible, the video.
Yeah.
So I'm extremely
Running on 2 hours of
sleep deprived, extremely, had a couple more beverages than I should have, obviously, because I did a beer mile.
Oh, so you like
And
woke
then-
up probably drunk, right?
I mean, I don't even think I really slept. I was like, I had my worst, if you're familiar with Whoop, I had 1% recovery, the optimal score. It's like the worst thing you can ever get.
Really?
Anywho, so then the whole plane ride back, I felt like I was going to puke the whole way. Couldn't eat anything that day and had to edit the video for like 8 hours straight
Well,
on the plane.
Damn.
On the plane. I just
should've gotten-
edited the
you
video
should've
the
gotten
whole
drinks
time.
on the plane.
Oh no, I couldn't. I thought I was going to puke. It was so bad. I did not feel good at all. But worth it. Got the video out, got the video done.
I mean, the video is hype. Also, people like, I think that's one of the most professional ones that we've done.
Which is funny because there was no one filming besides me. I just
know.
put the
Wait,
GoPros
so
up
who
and
filmed while you were racing though?
me.
while you
set
were
up-
racing.
Yeah, me. I literally just set
you'd
I
say
just set the
nobody.
GoPros up. Wait, what?
Oh, okay.
You'd say nobody. The GoPros were standing. Like
Go-
you weren't
yeah.
literally like operating the
Oh
cameras.
yeah, no,
I see.
no for all of it. So I walked around
we had-
before the race and stuff with
You
my
had some
camera.
volunteers, right?
No,
You didn't ask anyone?
so for the first couple heats, there were 2 women on a buggy, a golf cart, that were driving the outside lane, and they were doing some shots with my GoPro on a stick, but then the buggy died. And so died before the championship race. So they had great footage of the B race.
Do they call it a buggy? Is that what
they call it? A buggy. Yeah. Driving the buggy around.
Driving the buggy.
The buggy.
Welcome to Lee. It's going to be a cracking time.
I heard that a lot. Cracking.
They say that's their lingo. Everything's cracking.
Is that what's that in America? Like
awesome? It's going to be it's going to be a blast. It's going to be
Um,
cracking. I like it. It's a good one.
My coworkers, they watch this show Love Island.
Yeah.
And they'll just be literally in the middle of the
love
workday
Love
and just be like,
You chatting shit.
Love Island is like the shittiest British TV show ever, but it's so good. Like
I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard good things.
if you like The Bachelor and you just want to add some British spice into it, it's good.
Yeah.
see, I grew up watching Skins in college.
Yeah.
Skins is a British teen drama. I love that show, man. Everyone's just so vulgar.
British shows are super good.
There's no like, the FCC doesn't block British shows as much as American
At
shows.
all.
This isn't like new slang, but they also say mental a lot, which I think is pretty funny.
I've heard that
bruv,
before.
that's
like,
mental.
Corey, you ran 428. That's fucking mental, man. Like, that's so good. I love that word.
It's kind of offensive.
I was gonna say, can you say that?
I don't know. As long as you say it in a British accent, it's okay. And it's funny.
So you guys have, through the beer mile, you guys have met so many types of runners, a bunch of goofy people, a bunch of cool people. Like, do you think there's like a trend of like which runner type? Example, I'm a mid-distance runner. You guys are long-distance runners. And then you got the ultra-marathon runners. Which one do you think has like which one has the most success?
I feel like the one that I've at least seen a lot recently have been like journeyman runners that like a lot of people will like work at least a part-time job, if not full-time, and they like really enjoy it because it gets their mind off of running. So
you're saying,
I think those people are successful.
So the non-serious runners.
wait, what are we talking about? Success as in like
what's-
success on
or are
like
you
us on
saying,
the
like,
podcast or like in
like
the running world?
attribution?
What have
Or,
you seen?
to-
Like these great beer milers, like what is their running type? Like do you like
well, beer mile specifically, the mile basically.
Yeah.
Like
Milers.
Corey's a miler.
1,500 guys.
1,500.
Yeah.
It, like literally, if you were to look at the men's or women's results, probably too.
Just their 1,500
Look
PRs.
at like 1,500 PBs. It's basically like the order of the beer mile finish is basically in the order of people's like 1,500 meter PB,
Right.
more or less.
Oh.
Because like everyone there can chug beers like the same, roughly.
Yeah, you can only chug so fast.
You can only chug so fast. You can maybe chug like 1 second faster than someone else or two, but it ultimately just kind of comes down to the running. So
Yeah.
1,500 meter runner all the way. You got to be fast.
I guess it makes sense. A beer
Yeah.
mile, 1,500 miler.
Yeah.
Would you rather have like who would you bet on, somebody coming up from an 800 to run a beer mile or somebody going down from like steeple?
I think going down because I
Probably
think
the steeple.
this is my take. This is actually, we talked about this there too. So a lot of the women that went for the USA are like more ultra runners,
Yeah.
mountain runners. And I think the more of a distance runner you are, just the more like, this is going to sound bad, but like mentally tough you are in the sense that like you're used to suffering for like 30 minutes, an hour straight.
Yeah.
So you're like, oh, my stomach hurts. I can suck it up for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So I
That's
feel
good
like
point.
stepping down from that aspect is like the mental pieces there. But I don't know if that's, if you have an 800 guy
accurate.
that can chug beers, he would smoke everyone too. So like it doesn't,
True,
I don't know.
true.
I mean, I never broke like 6 minutes, and I don't even think that's even official because I feel like I had way too many leftovers and I would do it. But like,
Still solid though.
6 is a respectable barrier.
You did a couple where you do like beer 800. I remember when you were like practicing for the one beer
yeah.
mile we were doing, you did a couple like beer 800, just 2 beers, 2 laps, and you could do those pretty quick.
yeah, those were good workouts. I always do my workout and then I finish off with that.
Yeah.
Just make the most sense.
What's
of
the
them.
fastest you ever done a beer 800?
Well, I don't count because I did throw up
During or after?
after me and my buddy.
After counts.
Yeah.
Me and my buddy did it together. He's like, "Hey, want to just chug some beers in the morning?" Oh yeah, man. So we did.
It's college,
This
you
was
know?
so awkward, dude. Because like we did this workout. It was a 2x8, and my fastest for that one was, let's see, under 3 minutes.
I was gonna say, I feel like, I swear I remember you doing it like more like 240 or 230 or something for.
But then
for
like it was
beer 8.
awkward because we were doing it.
So you just
and-
got to put those back to back.
yeah, pretty much. I gotta just hold it. I just gotta
You just
hold
got to
it.
hold it. Yeah. Got to hold that pace.
It was so awkward because while we were doing this in like a high school track, like this youth group comes down
Oh, no.
as we're doing this, and we're literally in the middle of the split too. It's not like we can just like, oh, pick up, let's go.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck, we're literally in the middle of our rep, and these kids come down and see these grown men drinking beers on a high school track. So that was kind of awkward.
Okay, kids are exposed to everything these days. They got iPhones when they're 6, so
That's true.
they have access to anything that the world would,
yeah.
provide them. Riley Reid and all.
But yeah, I see what you
I
mean.
love that you slipped that in. Jesus Christ.
I see what you mean. Like, you gotta be mentally tough as a runner as well. So like, you have to be fast, but tough is kind of the important thing.
Definitely.
And it's
but-
guaranteed suffering.
Yeah, it's gonna hurt. You're like running as fast as you can, so you're like doing a mile race, but then you're also chugging stuff, so your stomach's upset too. So it's like guaranteed terrible on both aspects.
Right. Because to me, it's like 40% running, 60% stomach, such as like learning to open your throat.
I would agree with that
Learning the
ratio.
beer in your stomach.
Yeah.
Or practicing chugging waters, as you recommended in
Right,
previous
right.
videos. Like, when you are about to prepare for a race, let's say Worlds is next week or next month, do you have to like adjust your training schedule, or do you just do the same training schedule you do for normal racing? You just add a couple more practice chugs.
Just add more practice chugs mostly, or
Okay.
and or like stomach stretching activities. So like
What do you do?
Whoa.
You
No,
just get like a roller stomach.
yeah, I just take clamps, like clamp onto my stomach and just start pulling, stretch the skin out a little bit.
Hang from the refrigerator.
No, I try to it's the paired with chugging, do volume chugging too. So like I'll try to do, if I can do like 5 or 6 bottles of water.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be like 5 or
In
6
a
beers worth
row.
of volume.
In
Just
a
do that
row.
all in a row. Cause I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, if I can fit 6 beer bottles of water in me, I can fit 4 beers in me.
Mhm.
And or I'll also like a couple nights before the race or even the night before the race, I'll just like eat, like I'll be like, I'm buffeting tonight. I'm going to eat as much as physically possible.
stretch
Get
your
the stomach.
stomach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it also helps with running too. Like before a race, it's good. Like when you eat a lot, you get more energy. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I always used to like to, or I still do, like before, especially before marathons and
Isn't it
stuff. Like
supposed to be
for
like
the
48 hours or 36?
yeah,
something
you like pig
that.
out a little bit,
Yeah, yeah.
just eat a lot, you eat an extra serving or 2 of dinner.
Have your
extra
pasta
portion.
party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was good. I remember when I was in college, me and my buddy were at my apartment, and I was training for our run club beer mile race the night before. And like he would time me chugging a beer, and like to get used to this beer in my stomach, I drink the beer, I get on the ground and do like 20 sit-ups and then drink another beer.
That's good.
It hurt. It really hurt.
Yeah.
It didn't help me though.
Why does that remind me of just like MMA fighters getting punched in the stomach when they're doing crunches?
That's another idea we can do. Just like drink a beer and then like hold on to some ropes and like lift my legs up and
and
then
somebody's punching
just
you.
like Kimbo Slice or someone to punch my stomach a bunch of times.
This is the perfect TikTok reel. Let's make it.
Yeah, it is.
Oh my gosh.
With the Rocky theme song in the background.
Like, what's your best beer mile time, Adam?
650
Yeah.
question mark.
High 6s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I've run high 6s too.
But
too many
you've done that
times.
when you haven't been in that good of running shape too.
Yeah.
So not
Yeah,
that
I
I
need-
think
I need-
running was your limiting factor.
I
It's
need to
more
get-
just getting,
I need to get back
beers
into
down.
like lifting shape if I want to.
Same.
if you can squat a house, you can sprint. That's what my track coach, football coach used to say in high school.
You're in football?
Well, no. So the football coach was also the track coach, and yeah,
that's not
he would always say to the sprinters, he'd be like, "If you want to be a good sprinter, you got to be able to squat a house."
How heavy is a house?
I don't know.
I mean,
He was basically just saying, go to the gym and like lift your butt off and do
Is he-
squats, and if you do squats, you'll get faster.
Is he talking about like a single family home or like a mobile trailer park?
We're talking about a multi-family complex here.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's an apartment building.
Apartment building, a full apartment. It's a high rise.
What's
Wow.
this-
It's,
what's
like,
this
it's my
building?
building. Yeah, it's
What's
our
this
building.
building?
All made of concrete too.
couple tons.
Quality building. A couple tons. I think this building is more than a couple tons.
Couple.
I don't even have a sense of like how many tons this would be. 50,
At
10,000.
least, yeah,
I have
like
no idea.
Should you even know,
355
really?
milliliters.
How would you know? 23 floors of concrete. It's probably a lot of tons.
You're an industrial engineer, aren't you?
Yeah, that has nothing to do with buildings. I'm not a civil engineer or a structures engineer.
You're not a rock person.
Yeah, no. Don't know
Okay.
anything about rocks.
Rock
Don't
engineer.
know anything about materials. Don't know anything about really not
Anything.
much about anything. It's the easiest engineering.
Aren't you more of a businessman these days?
I'm just a businessman. Yeah, I just do business.
I was a businessman doing business.
I started watching that show Succession. You guys watch that show?
I haven't seen that.
I've only seen TikToks about that show.
I started watching with my girlfriend, and like she is so stressed when watching it. I feel like her stress.
Yeah, I feel like it would stress me out.
Maybe I should just watch this on the side.
Yeah,
because like me, I'm like, oh, this is business talk. I mean,
yeah,
it's like, man, this be me someday. be some asshole that runs a company someday. But then like I realized like, yeah, this is pretty like depressing because like it's supposed to be the real the real life version of what corporate America is like. Me and her are probably just gonna not watch it together.
That sometimes you got to do that.
Yeah. So when we were in college, as we mentioned, us three have been in a running club in college. Go Iowa State. We would do beer miles maybe once or twice a year, usually after big meets, and it's warmer, like in the fall or the spring. And like at the time, like the beer mile was kind of on the rise. Like it got more and more popular. FlowTrack had its first annual, and then Chris joined not too long, a year later, I think.
Yeah, a year later.
And it's just kind of shot up. But to me, it kind of has plateaued a little bit. Would you guys agree?
Yeah, 100%.
I think it in like 20. When was the last year FlowTrack put it on?
2016 was they only did 3 years, 2014 to 2016.
2016 was like for sure peak.
Because that's also when Corey Belmore came on the scene too.
Right,
so that was like unfathomable fast times for like the first time. I mean, people thought sub 5 was crazy, and then it's like, oh shit, he ran like 4:33. Okay, that's quite a bit faster than,
which is kind of nuts because like from
5.
2016 to now, it's like gotten even more competitive.
Yeah, it's definitely, the depth has gotten a lot better, and then obviously the world record has gotten faster.
It's kind of like with college football, you have Alabama, but like everyone's getting better, but Alabama's still the best.
I mean, kind of, yeah. It's like Corey's gonna win, but second, third, and fourth are getting faster.
Right.
Corey's gonna still win though.
Right.
Yeah. No, I would say that it has that. Well, I mean, that's why we're here. We're trying to make it like accelerate again.
Yeah, I'm an ally of it. I've done it. I experienced the pain. I mean, I'm here to help.
There we go.
I think, I feel like professional high stakes beer miling plateaued, but still like there's so many people just doing like random ass beer miles.
That's what I was thinking. The number of people doing beer miles, I don't think it's plateaued.
Right.
Or if it has, it's like a lot of people. Yeah. Like even just this weekend in Chicago, I was invited to 2 different beer miles at the track. 2 different running clubs are doing beer miles. I didn't go to either of them, but
are you allowed to tell which ones?
Fleet Feet and what was actually the other one wasn't a club. I was trying to remember. Yeah, I don't think it's associated with the club. It was just a group of people that were going to do it.
College?
No, not college. No, this was adult. But see, that's what's crazy. It's also adults too. Like the Fleet Feet group that went, it's like all like 40-year-olds and 30, like 35. Like it's older people for the most part, still enjoying their beer miles. So yeah, it's not that the beer mile as a sport is like declining. I think it's just we just need to get
better coverage.
Like the actual like the big races to get them to be back to kind of like the hype that FlowTrack had around it. But hey, so far this year's video, like with Corey hitting the world record and whatnot, it's getting a lot of eyeballs on it again. So our TikTok almost has 1 million views now.
What is it? I haven't seen
it. Of Corey and me chugging beers.
After the race?
No, just a bunch of clips during the race I took and put it in the thread.
Their chug zone.
Our TikTok's blown up, people, at Beer Mile. Honestly, it is though. It's like almost at 1 million views. We've got like 2,000 plus followers in the last week.
That's cool.
And
we need to learn how to use TikTok.
I know we need to get better at it. I just post the same shit on TikTok that I post elsewhere, and that's not what you do. But hey, that's what I did on this. I didn't even think this video was going to blow up. I was just like, hey, I'll put this on TikTok because I put it on Instagram, and now it's got 1 million views. It's crazy.
I work at a digital ad agency, and they have a TikTok, which I didn't understand why, but like they did a TikTok video of our CEO playing ping pong, and he gets beaten. That got 1 million plus views.
That's crazy. It's like somehow it just gets into the algorithm.
It's whatever appeals to like Gen Z.
Yeah, just I don't know why us walking and chugging beers and I put that country song to it. It's about time for a drink. And I just put that song to it. And everyone thinks it's cool, so it's sweet.
I don't know.
That literally, I put no thought into that. I feel like I've tried so hard on other content that gets no views, and then I didn't even try on that one. I was like, this is kind of funny.
Just send it.
That's really me with half my YouTube videos, man. My most popular videos are the ones I don't even like have the best content for.
Yeah. It's all just what gets in the algorithm.
That's
But that's
true.
why like quantity of content or inconsistency is probably the best name of the game. Because like if you pump out enough stuff, eventually
Something's
something
going
is going to
viral.
go viral.
Yeah, true,
You just
true.
got to shoot enough shots, you know?
That's true.
Kobe wasn't going to be scoring 30, 40, 50 points a game if he wasn't shooting 50 shots, 100 shots, you know?
There we go. That's very
RIP.
true. Let's kind of transition over to some general running stuff. What are your guys' favorite races to like train and run for?
Let Adam go first.
Yeah, go ahead, bud.
I feel like if I'm training for a half marathon, that's when I'm in the best shape.
Mm.
Because 5K, you can get away with just being like a piece of shit.
Yeah. You can fake it a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah.
Yeah, because it's like the difference of running a minute faster or a minute like it's like not that, you know,
Right.
different versus half. You can't really fake that much.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Or maybe you can. I don't know.
So when's your next half marathon?
Oh, I don't know. I've submitted for Chicago and I might submit for New York. So
Oh, sure.
I'll find a
When do you
half to
find out? So Chicago, I think the entries close at the end of the month. And then when do you
end of
find
November. I have to look it up. I don't know.
out? Okay. Well, hopefully you get in because, yeah, I'm in. So
YOLO.
Chicago. Yeah, I think we're saying what the best.
What
to train for?
It can be race
Oh.
or train.
I mean, I personally like training for shorter races because I think I feel like I like how I feel when I'm doing like speed stuff on the track the best. It's fun.
Mhm.
Yeah. I hate how I feel after doing a 20-mile long run training for a marathon and I'm just like a piece of crap laying on the couch all day, like
Training for
exhausted
longer
and
distances isn't like as glorious as
it's-
training for
it's
a mile.
A grind.
Yeah.
And you're always sore. You're always tired. You don't want to have fun. You just want to sleep.
Well, even like
It's-
pictures of you in a mile race versus pictures of you in a marathon. Like the mile's gonna look better.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice long stride.
Yeah.
You know.
Veins are
Looking-
pumping.
You're
Veins
not-
are pumping.
you're not heel
sweet
striking
calves. At least that's how I think I look. I don't know if I actually look like that. But
Yeah, for me personally, for me, it was always been the 800. But as I get older, I appreciated the 5K more
yeah.
because like I'll probably never be as fast as I was in the 800. But who knows? But,
It does get tough. Yeah, it gets tougher as you get older. The speed stuff gets a lot harder
Right,
to
but
just have
when
that
there's-
toughness.
you can still incorporate speed into a 5K.
Oh, for
Right.
sure.
So
For sure.
I would like to train more for that because I recently I ruptured my quad back in spring.
Okay.
So I'm graduating PT next month. So I'm very excited to be done, and I'm hoping to actually be full time racing again. So
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, the good thing about the 5K is there's like infinite 5Ks too.
Yeah,
you can,
that's true.
You can do one every weekend
That's
or
very
somewhere.
Literally, the
It's-
only 800 I know about right now is that brewery one out in Longmont.
Yeah.
Colorado.
If you're going to do 800 now at our age, you'd like, yeah, it's kind of hard to find. You're going to go like, just jump into a college meet
Yeah, it's like a
unattached,
unattached
or you're
race.
just going to go to the track like by yourself or whatever. And
yeah,
do
can you
a time
imagine
trial.
winning an 800 race and then when you beat all these kids, you pull up the American flag and just fly around do a victory lap?
Actually, it's embarrassing. Like I go and do some indoor meets at University of Chicago.
Oh, cool.
They didn't have any last year, obviously, but the year before that. And like all the college kids, not all of them, but some of them like recognize me. They're like, "Oh, you're the beer mile guy." And then some of them like fucking beat me in the mile at the track. I was like, "Oh man, this is embarrassing. Like I can't go to these things and not be at my best."
You just hear
because-
someone in the crowd, "Hey, go back to beer mile."
I mean, basically. They're honestly like afterwards, a lot of them were like, "How do you run so fast in the beer mile?"
Like, bro, you're slow.
Like, bro, you only ran like 420 for this mile indoors. How do you run a 437 with the beers? Like, you're bad.
Oh,
It's like,
man.
yeah, I know, man. You know.
Yeah,
So yeah, these
I'm
kids
just
keep
optimal.
getting faster, and I keep staying about the same.
I wonder if it's gonna be like I remember at some point like my grandparents, my grandpa specifically, like had a newspaper from like who won the Illinois State Mile in like 1960. I wonder if it's gonna be like that for us when we're like old, being like, I remember when you could go to state by running a 4:30.
Right. Well, by then they'll have the Dragonfly version 69, and it'll be like fucking 25%
True,
improvement.
yeah.
Like you're just gonna be like bouncing off the.
They're just moon shoes at that
Yeah.
There'd
point.
be some rocket boosters in your shoes. Qualifying time is 4 flat.
Yep,
Probably.
I mean, it might be.
For state high school? No, regional middle school.
Yeah, all the kids,
These
are
kids
busting out
haven't
these
even
sub-fours.
developed yet, and they're
Yeah.
going sub 4.
Oh my gosh, dude. Everyone's getting faster. Just athletes in general are getting better, man.
Yeah,
Records
yeah.
get broken left and right. especially for running athletes.
Yep.
Like one thing I noticed is, do you remember Caitlin Toohey?
Yeah.
She got 10th or 15th on Saturday.
Yep.
She was one of those prodigy runners back in middle school, high school.
She was.
And like, shit, like that's just an example of like, yeah, there's more of those coming up, by the way.
Oh, definitely. Absolutely.
So she's a preview of what's going to happen.
Somebody you think is like nuts and then still is like getting 10th.
Yeah.
There's like so many people who are running out of their minds.
Yeah.
I wonder if we're getting less because training and science itself is getting better. Like you remember, like we see kids who go really fast in high school and then they burn out in college or pro.
Yeah.
Do you think we're getting less of that now because of science?
Maybe trying to think of some like examples right now. It does. So I would say like, I feel like on the women's side, it's a little bit more hit or miss. Cause like, just like your development can be all over the place. Like some women develop super early, different.
Yeah.
I mean, guys similarly, like some guys develop late, but I feel like guys it's like easier for a guy to be more like continue your trajectory like forward as long as you stay healthy and whatnot. So
the last person I remember who was like insane in high school that kind of like fizzled out in college was Lucas Versbigus.
Okay, well, he also got in a bike crash and has like titanium in his back and stuff.
Yeah, but he's an elite triathlete.
Not anymore. He's a bro now.
He was.
He got into lifting. He's a big boy. He's pretty yoked.
Wasn't Ryan Hall the same way?
Ryan Hall's a fucking beast.
Ryan Hall is huge.
He's an absolute tank.
I got an Instagram ad of him once. Like, who's this dude? Why does he look familiar?
Yeah. He put
a side by side of him like finishing his American record marathon to like him bulked up now, and I was like, how does a human body do that?
Like he 130 pounds to like 190, but like pure muscle. And he like one of the crazy things he did recently was he like the Grand Canyon hiked down to the bottom and up carrying these like, I don't remember what it was, giant like buckets of water basically just to like prove. So basically he was just doing God, what do you call that when you just walk with weights? What's people do that in the weight room all the time. God, what's it called?
Is that good for your shoulders or
so like you're just, because then also your core too, you're like staying strong. But he just walked with like an extra 50 pounds carrying it out of the Grand Canyon, like shirtless, just yoked, like
hey, next time
like
I'm in Walmart and I need help with my groceries, I'm gonna call Ryan Hall to carry my car. Shoot him an instant. He'll one trip it, dude.
He'll like be able to stick like 330 racks in each arm and just be carrying
Hall
them no problem.
I have a brand new fridge and he'll just carry it.
Yeah, if you buy a keg at the store, just hire Ryan Hall to carry it home for you.
He's got the physique to do it and the mentality of like, I'm not taking more than one trip. Like, I am the American record holder. Like, please.
3 kegs, no problem. 1 trip, Ryan Hall.
There should be a competition for that, like a grocery. Like I remember when we used to work at Hy-Vee in Iowa, like there was like a courtesy clerk, like bagger boy competition. Like it was like the same thing. It was like you competed in the regionals. And if you're that good, you go to Vegas for nationals.
And it was like how fast and how well you could like put stuff in the bags, right? Yeah, it was like speed as well as like not smushing stuff. And
I'm curious if they had like competitions where like who can push the most carts in the parking lot without breaking a window. I'm just
picturing, like what if you had a grocery carrying, and I'm just picturing someone that has like basically like 50 bags of groceries, like all like hanging from their arms at different points, and like all different spots, like bucket on their head, just like carrying like 50 different things of groceries.
And the funniest part, it wasn't bagger boys, it was like general managers, like grown men, like
getting after it,
that know all the tricks, all the secrets.
Trade secrets of Hy-Vee.
Hey, you still have time to peak, man. You can get back into the grocery bagging business.
Wow, why not, man? If I go to Vegas for a weekend, I'll do
practicing. Nice. That'd be a nice little party trick to have. Be like, hey, you want to see a party trick?
Hey,
give me all that stuff over there. I'm gonna put it in this bag really fast.
Everyone, give me your cans. You want to see something?
You want to see it? Everyone, give me the recycling. Let me see. Show you how fast I can stack this.
You see this brown paper bag? On average, that bag can hold about 20 pounds. But I can make it hold 40. And I'll show you how.
Like, who invited this guy?
Have you seen that meme where it's like the guy it's like an animation of the guy in the corner, and he's like, little do they know I can do this.
They don't know. Yeah, they don't know that I could put 40 pounds of groceries in a 20-pound bag.
Oh my gosh. I want to make one and have it say, little do they know I own a share of the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, dude,
I just got my share this weekend.
So I'm excited. Oh, bro, he fucking talks about it all the time. Yeah, we know.
It was kind of transitional to some fun stuff. Let's talk about YouTube in general, man. Who fucking edits your guys' video, man? I love the editing.
Chris?
That's me, baby.
He's found his running pun. He's found his stride in editing videos for
I
sure.
have gotten a lot better again. Yeah.
I mean, to start, I thought I was like, this is 10 times as good as whatever I could do. But now it's like, it's funny because we probably a couple weeks or maybe months at this point, we asked for anyone who's like, oh, do you want to edit our videos? And I think we got applicants here and there, but like nobody who really made sense. And I feel like people probably think that Chris doesn't still edit the videos because like of the quality they've gotten to, especially the world championship one.
Yeah, I don't know. I did a lot of video editing in high school, and then I didn't do any video. Well, I did a couple of videos in college too. Mostly just stuff for OnlyFans and whatnot. But then, no, I'm just kidding.
Dude, that's not a bad gig. An OnlyFans video editor.
I had a friend that did that.
Yeah. Oh, actually?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
They made a couple $1,000 in the summer.
It's not bad. No little bonus. Okay.
Yeah, it was his feet.
Really?
No way. I was gonna be like,
I do have a friend. They did make a couple $1,000 in the summer, then they stopped doing it.
Okay.
Maybe it was just a little weird for them.
I'm sure it gets weird as shit.
If you just don't show your face, it could be all right. But
my experience with editing, like I was horrible, man. It took me days to get an episode out in terms of like editing and then fully publishing it, because it's not like the editing is hard, but like actually splitting things, because this is my strategy. My computer just died. This is my strategy. What I do when I post content, I have a full episode, and then I find like the meat of the episode
nuggets,
of like what this segment here could generate a lot of traction
on
like,
its own.
Like let's hypothetically say someone wins the Super Bowl. Okay, I'll make a clip of my Super Bowl segment and then have as an individual video. So like finding the right segments and then clipping them and then editing them individually, that took me so much time. But over the course of time, I learned a few tricks, shortcuts, just like Control F, blah, 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 this, and it can snip this. Yeah. And over the course of time, it's really nice to just be more efficient with your process. Things that took me a day would now only take me 2 hours now.
For sure.
Well, it doesn't drive you away from being creative, because like I feel like back in the day, if we were like, oh, we want to do this really complicated video, we'd been like, I don't know, we got to set aside like 2 weeks for filming and then like editing. And if I feel like back in the day, I don't know if we had to like reshoot anything, but we definitely had stuff that we like forgot to say or include in the video.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Do you guys have a lot of B-rolls? Like do you like re-video?
So it's like hit or miss on what we have time for, I'd say, like when editing. So yeah, so I definitely in the last year I've gotten a lot faster and like do some like, I don't know, try to like do more like meme stuff and fun. I don't know, try to up the quality a little bit. But I used to, like when we first started doing the podcast, I would always do like basically, you have the full episode, like audio and video. Then you have like a couple clips of it. And then you have to make like the vertical versions for Instagram to promote it. Yeah. And then you got like your thumbnail, you got your audio version thumbnail, which is different because it's not widescreen, it's like square. And then you got like fucking the description and like all this stuff. There's so much stuff. So I try to do that sometimes. And like you're saying, I try to, if it's something where we're talking to someone that's like super well known and they're talking about something specific, I'll try to like pull that out and like keep it its own clip. But I don't know, I guess the last couple months I've been mostly just throwing up the whole video and saying fuck it. Like I mean, I think that the whole like the people that listen to us regularly, they like to listen to the whole video or want the whole video. So even if it does hurt our YouTube whatever channel metrics or whatever, it's like but the people that appreciate it. So
right.
But honestly, I could be doing a lot more in that regard of like cutting out certain clips better, making more reels versus like instead of doing one post to promote a podcast episode, like set up like one day is a picture, the next day is a reel, the next day is another reel. Like you could
be really calculated about it.
You could be more calculated about it. That's what I hate. I absolutely love video editing. I hate everything else. I hate that the description matters. I hate that the thumbnail matters. I hate that YouTube cucks you all the time on promoting it. I hate all that stuff.
Do you do a lot of tags?
I do everything. I don't know what makes a difference and what doesn't make a difference, but I try it all.
Dude, this is literally my job. I work with Google products, including YouTube. I do YouTube ads, and like in terms of like organic YouTube stuff, like what we're doing, I feel like the tags do nothing for me.
I don't think they do. I think they're not used much at all. Yeah. So I don't know.
What percent of both of your time do you think is spent on actually chopping the video and then like pushing it out to whatever channels, like YouTube, Insta, whatever.
Oh God. Well, actually this last podcast episode with David Kilgore took like over 4 hours to render on my computer because it's 4K for 2 hours.
I was going to say, was it because of my blue shirt on the green back?
No, did you watch it? It was perfect. I keyed
no.
it perfect. It's money. No, so that took that long, and then uploading, I don't know. I'd say honestly, editing just the video and the audio itself is probably only half the time. And then the other half is like the art and separate clips and rendering and uploading and description and all that other bull crap that is so annoying. Prepping the Instagram post. Oh my God.
Yeah, I used to do like actual photo shoots of like me, and then like on side, like the topic of like, let's say I'm talking about Corey Belmore, like left is a picture of me, right is a picture of Corey. But that's just like, that doesn't really help me in terms of like impression to click rate. It's like, why don't I just do a picture of just Corey if I were to do it that way?
For the thumbnail.
Yeah.
Exactly. And like sometimes that's just enough just to get someone to click, because like, they're like, who the hell is this dude? I don't know who this dude on the left is. Yeah, well, I know Corey. Let me click on Corey.
Exactly. Yeah, so close up of someone's face, or like close enough that you recognize them, is definitely a good thing to have in there. But
you'd think that like it would be better as far as recommendations go, to where you didn't have to spend that much time on thumbnails and like the other metadata stuff, to where it's just recommended because of like the type of content that you're producing.
Well, back in my day, no, when I first started making YouTube videos in 2006,
Chris could have been Mr. Beast.
No, honestly, when I first started making YouTube videos, you couldn't upload a custom thumb. It had to be picked like
from your footage.
When you upload the video, it gives you 3 options, and then you can do a custom thumb. They never used to do that. So when I took the break of, making videos from like 2010 till like 2020, basically, and then went back and I was like, what the fucking custom thumbnail? Like, what is it? Because people put up thumbnails and it's like, that's not even the video.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's so annoying,
I get pissed off when I have misleading thumbnails. I'm like, not even like a part of it.
And like fucking FlowTrack does this too, where it's like it'll be their podcast. I mean, we do it too, so I guess I can't talk too much shit. But
I hate the player, not the game, or something.
So I'll be searching. So like for an example would be like if I search right now for like NCAA D1 cross country nationals race, like maybe their video will come up first, and they'll have a picture of like Connor Mance running. So I'm like, oh, that's got to be the race. And then you click on it, and then it's just them talking. It's their podcast. They're just talking about the race. I'm like, you bastards! Like I was looking for the race, but I guess we do that too.
I posted that video, by the way.
But we would probably put.
But at least we have the people on our.
We would add the word
the
like recap or something like that, not actually like pretend to be the video.
I've noticed this before, like in like NBC when they're posting Olympic footage, sometimes they'll literally have a picture of a girl's ass from the race and put that as their thumbnail.
Yeah, they do. I know they do.
And it drives a lot of views.
I know they do. I mean,
that's savage.
You got to click and see what it is, right?
It's like, what do you mean? This is part of the race. This is live footage from the race. This isn't clickbait.
I actually have noticed that more recently.
It just clipped that way.
Yeah.
Like, no,
that was the YouTube suggested thumb. Whoops.
Oh, man.
That split second.
Well, yeah, but like in terms of like actual recording, like writing my content takes me about like one night, like a couple hours a night. Recording, prep. I go to my makeup room, my bathroom.
Yep.
Start wash water on my face. I'm like, this is gonna be a good episode. I look in the mirror and say that. And then like actual recording, it's like an hour and a half. And then the actual editing, like 5 hours.
Yeah.
And then like actual editing is like 2-3 hours max. Actual uploading, that's the most tedious part.
Yeah.
Because like I have to like
Google Fi or whatever the hell.
Because like right after I clip it, I gotta upload them individually. Make a clip art, have a description, have a title, have my tags, have the recommendation video. What they call like the recommended video.
Oh yeah, the end cards and then the end screen and all that bullcrap.
The end screen I can actually do because I always have it to my videos. It's just like a copy and paste thing. Yeah. But after doing that, then I gotta go to Linktree and then
copy and paste
put the latest.
Yeah.
And then I'll arrange the order of who I think is which videos can get the most clicks based on my audience, because they're mostly people from Iowa, because like it's like family, friends. It's not like organic fans that I've gotten through YouTube. So like I have to like, and then I do the Instagram and the Twitter post of like episode release. And I have to like word it differently because Twitter has less characters. Yeah. And Instagram, I got to have all the right footage. Oh, and then I make clips, so I preview videos, and that takes a while too.
Because you're like, what do I pick?
Yeah.
Right. Because sometimes it's either a clip from the show or it's like an actual skit that I write.
Yeah. Yep.
How long until you think people are going to like take like major in YouTube in college.
5 years.
Honestly, that's definitely a thing.
There's social media classes that's universities now.
If anyone wants to get that education for free and edit videos for the Beer Mile podcast, we are actively looking for applicants.
We pay you though.
The Comeback Sports Podcast is now looking for applicants.
A paid internship with the Beer Mile pod, intern to full-time role.
And it won't be like Blizzard, like no sexual harassment.
No, yeah, we promise we will always be kind to you.
You'll probably never see us.
You just have to hit deadlines, and that's it.
And if you don't hit
And
deadlines,
if you don't hit the deadlines, no, I mean, I think it'd be fun to have a junior or senior in high school, or even a college kid that would be willing to like learn some video and audio stuff and just edit the videos and audio and take over the social. That'd be good with me.
Teach us how to use TikTok.
Honestly, and that too. Like, give them all of our footage that we've gotten through the years and be like, make some TikToks
Can you make
out of this.
like memes out of this?
Yeah, make a lot of take this. Honestly, we should just take like all the Beer Mile footage that we have, or the Ben and Jerry's footage. Like, take little pieces of that, put it to a song, and put it up on TikTok. There's probably something in there that'll go viral.
TikTok is better with trends though. You have to like learn how to do trends, and I don't know. I don't know.
That's what I appreciate about Vine is there is no rules.
Right.
You just
right.
post
Vine
anything.
didn't have a formula. TikTok is like, oh, this trend is viral right now. I need to go like.
You need to get into
this.
that black hole engine.
TikTok was just like, I am a creative like crackpot, and here's a crazy thing that
everyone's
I caught
gonna
on video.
retweet it basically because it's hilarious. Yeah.
Yeah. And then Vine.
Life was
you have
so
7
much easier.
seconds to be funny. Go.
R.I.P. Vine.
I don't have the Vine sound effect on here.
What's the Vine sound effect?
Well, frick, I can't remember who it was. The impact, the bomb. Shoot. You would know it if you heard
Like a
it.
Taco Bell sound.
No. You would know it if you heard it.
No.
Anyway.
If AJ and I don't remember it, I think you made it up.
Well, if you listen to the last episode of the Beer Mile podcast, it was at second 16 into it where I used the boom sound effect in between the intro of David Kilgore and us introing.
I'm glad you didn't shout out like something more specific than second 16, like further into the video, you still knew the time split.
Yeah. It's like 16 second on the intro.
I was expecting like a These Nuts kind of soundbite.
Nice.
That's a good one.
Firing away.
Firing away. Man. Oh, shoot. Well,
What's your one tip for these future YouTube kids
all right. If you
or podcasts?
For anyone that has a full-time job and wants to pursue YouTube videos or podcasting, here's my number one tip. Make sure you have a backup plan. Don't be like some people where I'm going to do YouTube full-time. I got 50 subscribers, dude. I'm going to be big someday. Oh, make sure you have a backup plan, man.
It is kind of like it's a slow grind.
It's a slow grind, dude. No one gets famous overnight, believe it or not.
Right.
It may look like that to some YouTubers, but enjoy it, man. You just got to enjoy the process. Like if you enjoy it, if it goes south or it goes big, you're going to have a good time regardless.
Yeah, if you're only doing it to make money and get famous, that's probably not good because you're gonna want to give up before you ever get there.
Yeah, good point.
Before you want to be big, just make sure it's good content.
That's right.
Yeah, make sure you like making it too.
Yeah, you have to like making it, because otherwise, well, then it would just suck. I mean, it'd be just like having any other 9-to-5 job, you know.
Yeah.
Then it would be a job.
So from the moment you guys press play or press upload that first video for the Beer Mile podcast, were you expecting it to be how it is now?
I was expecting us to be a lot bigger by now, to be honest. But really? No, I'm kidding.
I was gonna say, I was like, damn, all right.
I didn't know what we were gonna do.
Yeah,
honestly, because when we upped the first couple episodes were just us. We didn't have guests, and so no one listened to them.
To me, like the numbers are like have always been kind of like these like magical fake things that like don't really like mean things. Even if like for the world record video, like I don't know how many hundreds of thousands we're at right now, but
almost 200. Yeah.
But to me, I'm like, oh, like 200. That's like, I don't know what that means. I guess we've had videos.
It's good for us, but it's like in the grand scheme of things, it's like, it's not that good.
Like I don't have like a physical representation of that. Whereas like, I feel like now the thing that more is like stands out to me is like talking to fans. And I'm like, oh, like people actually like give a shit about us. That's weird.
It is weird. Yeah.
To me, I look at the engagement, like how long they watch my video. Because like I remember when I first launched, like my average engagement or like the per average view percentage was like 15-20%. And
Yeah.
that was probably just like family, friends, or family members like, oh,
Right.
AJ launched a podcast. Let's give him support. And then over the course of time, people stop riding that wave. And because I stopped posting on Facebook because it was just not the best traffic.
Right.
I wanted to challenge myself and get organic traffic through YouTube by clipping videos. And like, I noticed over time it goes from like 15, 20%. And a couple weeks in a row, I've gotten like 40, 45%. So
good.
like, I consider it as a win. Like, sure, my views are nowhere. Like it's plateaued, but
it's so
Yeah,
hard
yeah.
to like look at when you get that super high engagement. You're like, what did we do that was good?
I know, and that's exactly it. There's no exact formula necessarily.
no.
Like as long as you're doing something that you like doing, and then you think it's good or good enough at least. Doesn't even have to be like, not everything you put out has to be like the best thing in the world.
No.
As long as it's pretty good, someone's gonna like it. Hopefully, a lot of people, but you never know.
Yeah, and it was a good time to jump into YouTube because during COVID, YouTube viewership has
Yeah.
skyrocketed.
Oh,
That's
for
all
sure.
we were doing.
For sure.
That'd be a fun graph to see.
Yeah,
I have-
because now that everyone works from home, you just leave it on during the day when
Yeah.
you're working, and YouTube hours watch has got to be through the roof with remote work.
Right. I can tell you this. It was the summer of COVID, so summer 2020. Google sent us a kind of a pamphlet or like on just like advertising on YouTube. They said, "Oh, did you know since the pandemic started, YouTube viewership has increased 30%
Damn.
year over year?"
That's nuts.
So I was like,
That's
I'm
a lot.
sure it was up
Because it was
there.
already high, so
Yeah.
30% is a lot. Yeah.
And YouTube is the second most used website in the world. So 30% of that is just
That's
astronomically huge in terms of overall viewers.
That's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah. Well, just keep growing. Keep
To
whatever
the moon.
to the moon.
All right. So what's next for you guys?
Oh man,
Gonna eat a lot of food at Thanksgiving.
true.
Gonna I don't know. What is next?
We redid I guess on the site we redid the event like submission form.
Oh, yeah.
So hopefully more.
Yep.
Actually, like a lot of people have signed up for a site, which is dope.
Yep.
What do you guys host your site on, by the way?
It's all custom.
Yeah, it's all custom.
Is it like WordPress?
No.
No.
It's all custom.
Shout out nerds at Vercel.
for sale.
That's the company that open sourced the shit that we use to make
Oh,
the site.
gotcha. Yeah.
So when you guys upload content on YouTube, do you guys have to manually publish it on your website?
No,
It
we
auto
we
pulls
have,
it.
Oh, that's
we have
cool.
it's like a pretty small script that checks, I think, every hour
Oh, wow.
for uploads.
Yep.
That's cool.
Yeah. Now we need to just do that for. Well, yeah, I can't really do that. I was gonna say we need to do that for like Twitter and Instagram. We should make like a Twitter bot that's like,
You
hey, new
probably
podcast
could.
episode. But
You
yeah.
probably could.
But it'd probably be better to not have it look like a bot and actually like write something custom that people
I don't know, dude. Some of
give
the
a shit about.
Twitter bots are pretty funny.
They are pretty funny. Yeah.
Sometimes I can't tell though.
Yeah.
We should train a bot just like on cross country and track and field Twitter and like have it post stuff for us.
Be pretty funny.
That would be pretty funny.
So do you have an LLC or a business, or you just
No, I
just
do
you?
not.
So you should here's my tip of the day. You should make an LLC,
Okay.
and then you start like everything that you buy is a write-off, right?
Hmm.
So then you're getting it for like 30% off. That's the way to do it. So
Every
like
day is
computer,
Black Friday.
microphones, phone bill, just say it's all for your media company.
Okay.
Just AJ Media LLC or something. Boom.
Edge Media.
Edge Media. You should do it.
At work, we have this espresso machine, and like we have like plastic cups, and like when I make someone like a latte, I'll draw like a picture, and then I'll put Edge Bucks on it.
There we go.
So I need to get an LLC for that.
You should. That's the
Free
way to do
money.
it. I'm excited to do taxes at the end of the year because on paper the government's gonna think we lost a lot of money this year, baby.
Yeah, I still good thing it's an LLC because otherwise I'd have to catch up.
Catch up what?
I'm still on 2019 taxes.
Yeah. When are you gonna catch up?
Next year.
Maybe next year.
Okay.
Next year.
Okay. Well, you're gonna get a nice fat loss from the LLC
That'll
on
be
your
sweet.
income taxes. Yeah.
I mean, I kind of need it this year.
Yeah. Same here. I've been making so much money. I need to counterbalance all the money I've been making. No.
There you go. All right. Anything else you guys want to share?
Oh yeah, let's do this. You can cut this out of your version if you want, but shout out to Lyle O'Brien, 219
Our mans.
marathon today. He's one of our patrons on
That's
patreon.com/beermile.
nuts. Also ranked 11th historically for the 800 meter runs put on by
800 meter at the brewery in Colorado
in
where
Longmont or
Yeah.
wherever it is.
So Lyle, shout out to you. Okay, we always close out with words of wisdom. What words of wisdom do you have for the listeners?
Words
Not to
of
put you on
wisdom.
the spot here.
Oh, okay. Words of wisdom.
We kind of already just said some, but
Okay, here's my word of wisdom.
okay.
Drink water. It's very good for you. It's
That's
underrated.
good.
Most of your body's composed of water, so just drink it, man.
That's
Truer
good
words
advice.
have never been spoken.
As a hungover person, water's really important.
Water is very important. Adam?
Get married and claim it on your taxes.
Wait, getting married you can claim too?
I mean, well, once you're married, you file as joint, so save some money.
Maybe. Depends. What if you marry someone who makes more money than you do? Then you ain't saving money on taxes.
Oh, well, ideally you want to stay in the same bracket or go down a bracket.
Right.
Good choice of
Ideally.
words.
But ideally, wouldn't you want to just go up a few brackets? Because then that means that you're making hella bank and it doesn't matter.
Good point.
Oh God, I don't want to pay taxes. So I'd rather just like not make any money so then I don't have to pay taxes. And then you're just, not making any money.
So I guess
Stay-at-home dad.
marry for money first, and then get divorced, and then marry for love. That's what I would do.
Oh, that is actually pretty smart. Yeah, your first spouse, you just stay
Do it
long
for the
enough to
money.
get 50% of everything. So yeah, so I guess first you should marry someone who's way older than you, who's successful in their career,
Yeah.
get divorced, and then find true love. I
Rob
like
the-
that.
What
That
Rob
was-
if they
grave
give you a
and-
prenup, though?
well, then you don't marry them. You gotta find someone else.
It's a deal breaker.
It's a deal breaker. You gotta find that out within the first date or two, just to make sure that you're not gonna invest all that time
Just
for
have
nothing.
a fake conversation. Yeah, I was talking to my buddy, and he had to write a prenup. What are
Yeah.
your thoughts?
What do you
on
You
thought-
get the
what do you think
reactions.
about
Yeah,
that?
exactly.
Yeah.
That's a smooth way to bring that in there. Yeah.
that? Very smooth.
I'll build on the LLC write-off trend or whatever.
Start a
So
business.
take a TikTok trend.
Did you know that you can also write off your haircuts? If you're a media personality, if you're on screen, you can write off haircuts, like anything that's you visually, technically clothing.
Shit.
I don't know if if Uncle Sam's gonna like seeing like $50,000 in expenses.
Did you say
in a year,
Funkle
but-
Sam?
Oh, God. No, I just
He's
misspoke. Uncle
definitely
Sam.
not a fun uncle.
Funkle Sam, my boy. So yeah, start that, make an LLC no matter who you are, just make an LLC and then start writing things off. But you gotta have like some revenue, you know what I'm saying? But
Start writing things off.
Yeah. need
if
to
I
sign for
learned
Patreon.
anything from Schitt's Creek, it's that everything
Everything's
is a
a
write-off.
write-off.
It's true. I watched that show too.
It's good stuff.
Show.
Cool. I guess I'll do my closing remarks.
Let's hear it.
This is the Beer Mile Podcast with Chris and Adam. Thanks again for coming, guys. And thank you guys for watching our episode. Remember to like, subscribe, and share this video with a friend. I will see you guys in season 4 next year. So stick around.
Oh man, we have to wait till next year?
Yeah, dude, wait till next year.
All right.
I'm on
all right.
break, man.
Well, we're excited.
I'm not making money off this. I could take breaks.
Happy holidays, everybody.